Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Prax, and we are here for another wonderful night of TTRPGs and shenaniganry and fun. So we're gonna punt, however, everything to the host with the most. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Here for another episode, our fourth episode of Truly Madly Falkenstein. And as you can tell, right now, Adolwolf is going to be fashionably late. We'll be sure to give him all of the attention when he does show. But until then, let's have a little reminder of who you are and who you're playing. And we'll start with Lindy.
Hi, it's me. I will also do Trooper's intro if you want me to, if he's not here by
Oh,
then.
oh yes, yes, because he's
Okay,
not
if
here
he's
to
not
defend
here.
himself.
Yeah,
So
if he's not here by the time his turn comes around, I'll improvise for him.
perfect, perfect. Love it.
Hi, I'm Lindy, Laugh Love Lindy, and I will be playing Zephyrin Moreau. She is a aspiring supervillain. Uh, but on the outside, she appears to just be a cunning inventor, gadgeteer, totally working for the good guys. No evil aspirations, no villainous aspirations at all. I'd say villainous more than evil.
That's
Because
why I
there's like
put.
a romance around villainy.
That's
Yeah.
why I said that you're an evil mastermind in training.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's me.
And next, Deirdre.
Hey everybody, I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel, and I get to play Lady Deirdre. She is our wonderful fairy godmother of a slightly more murderous bent.
Indeed.
Here to try and suggest strongly, that perhaps Professor Moriarty is not the best choice for our dear Zephyrin.
He is English after all.
Exactly. And they're lying bastards, every one of them.
uh,
They're lying, cheating bastards.
there you go. And since Trooper's not here to defend himself, Lindy,
All right.
take it away.
Moment. There we go. Yes, perfect. Hi, it's me, Trooper SJP. I'm going to be playing the Action Alchemist today. I am very German, yeah, and I will be, maybe setting some things on fire, maybe not, who's to say? We are definitely going to be working very hard to get the things done.
Excellent.
There we go.
Excellent. Appreciate filling in like that last
Thank you.
minute.
Thank you. Can do what I can.
And on to where we were. Last we had our intrepid fellows. We had wrapped up invading the space of Nordholm and returned to the hotel for repast, as well as some interesting revelations. And one that specifically had to do with Zephyrin. You want to remind the audience of what Zephyrin ended the night with?
She dropped a note from somebody down the toilet. And we
No.
will
Well,
never know the full details of what it said. But if you could theorize as to what it said, it was that Anders Nordholm was working on his own independently of the World Crime League, and that this villainous scheme was not exactly sanctioned by Moriarty or the World Crime League.
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe I should kill him.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yep. If one was to somehow retrieve said irretrievable letter. Totally irretrievable.
And there was absolutely, totally no flirtation whatsoever in the letter.
No.
All business.
Just so much business. It's a business letter.
So, we will...
if it would be weird if it was flirtatious and I had folded it up and put it next to my bosom. That would be in a very secret spot. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
It's all business and it's
All
gone, so
business,
no one can
yes.
check it.
Never to be seen or heard from again.
Never to be seen again.
I mean, there were a couple other letters that were sent as well.
It's true.
Attempts were made. Look
Mm-hmm.
how successful those attempts are.
It's true. True. A few letters were sent out rather than received. One of which was to the Minister of Science of France. Deirdre, you want to remind the audience as to what the fairy godmother tried to tell such a esteemed individual?
Effectively, I believe it was along the lines of "Answer your damn mail, bitch." I know I taught you better than that. It was phrased slightly more politely, but that's kind of the coherence. It's like, I sent you messages and you haven't answered me yet. And I know I and your mother both taught you better.
Very true. Very true. Now, this does bring up an important question for the audience to know. How many people is Deirdre the fairy godmother for?
It's very
I never know.
complicated.
Because some of them are generational, like Zephyrine and Zephyrines' mother.
And Adelwulf and Adelwulf's mother.
Mhm.
And Jules and his mother. And his grandmother. And to be fair, his great-grandmother. She was a grand lady.
Ah. You have a soft spot for the French who invade England, I assume.
Who's to say? Out loud.
And then, of course, as always, there are letters that are sent to dear Oberon, of the more mischievous type. And we also had a package that was delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You will note, Zephyrine, that you will be given confirmation that it was successfully delivered to the appropriate person.
Oh. My package?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, multiple little bits of mischief, really.
Mm-hmm. Your special delivery for Mr. Anders Nordholm has
Excellent.
hit its target.
Oh, it's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Can't wait to hear about that later. Or not. Who knows? It's privacy of his own home.
It is true. It is true.
It's a way
It
of
may
getting out,
be
though.
the cover-up
People do
of the
talk.
week.
It might be the cover-up of the week. Or the household servants may talk. I don't know.
They probably will. Whether or not it'll get back to you, we don't know yet.
That's true.
Yeah. As a side note, don't forget that if you repost the Go Live tweet 10 times, something favorable for the audience will happen. We'll either expose one of the secrets of one of our players or something else. We'll figure it out. I also, because for whatever reason, posting a custom shout out seems to be much more difficult than reposting for some of you. If you repost Pope's recent shout out 10 times, we will reveal another secret letter this episode. So you have multiple opportunities to affect the game and find out some tasty little tidbits from our player characters. Moving forward, I believe this next morning we are in the stage of figuring out what our next plan is. As you know, the target for our Anders Nordholm, where he plans to launch his deviousness, is in Hammerfest, Norway, which is on the northern end inside the Arctic Circle. There are train deliveries that you found that have gone fairly regularly. The next one will happen shortly. But between now and then, we also have a gala. So let's plot out what are our specific plans
I
for
would
the next few days.
I would like to throw in that the
Mm-hmm.
audience has picked a side, by the way.
Oh,
Oh.
The side is Jules Verne over Moriarty.
I don't
ah,
know, guys. I mean, we
Like-
could put a vote.
There was a vote.
Oh, was there? I missed it. That's funny.
nice.
I'm entertained.
I love it when we affect things Love Island way.
Love Island. Oh boy. Let's go.
All right. So the audience is voting for Jules Verne.
Mm-hmm. They ship it.
We shall find out well, maybe we'll find out what happens in the next few episodes. Maybe that'll be a mystery for another season. Until then. So, you've already commissioned in one of your shopping trips new attire for the gala. So that's been taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you need to plot or plan for the gala or for your trip north
Yes.
prior to this?
I need to gadgeteer a thing. I should open up the book. I want to make a hidden gun. I want to make the gunbrella this time. I didn't get it earlier. I'm supposed to
Okay.
kill Anders Nordholm. Gonna need a gunbrella to do it.
Fair enough.
Won't suspect an umbrella. So.
And remind the audience what you need to do in order to create such a thing.
I need an umbrella and a gun. Pull up the exact PDF castle. That's the thing I forgot to do before game. But I need to roll a tinker check basically to successfully create a thing.
And you can play up to 3 cards if you wish.
Yes. Let's see, I need red. I don't have. Unfortunately, I do not have. Oh, I do have one. Yeah, baby. That's awesome. I got really excited. Pardon me. Let me find this. Umbrella. There we go. It's the fastest way to get to the Gadgetech is just Control F umbrella. Or caltrops. So yes, an umbrella. You need a certain number of spaces in an item to put a gadget. So like a hidden gun, hidden pistol is hidden blades 2, but I'm not good at blades. I'm better at pew pews because I, tinkery type. Yes, a pistol is 2. A 2-shot skeleton frame derringer. And an umbrella will have 2 space in the handle. It's a 2-person umbrella. So
Nice. I
I can just slot into the handle a sneaky little derringer to make a gunbrella. And then I just have to make a you could pay for it.
But
It's
why
not
do
that
that when you're as
expensive.
talented as
But why
Zephyrin
do
is?
that when I'm talented? So yeah, I'll just make it myself. So I just need to play a tinkering
Handmade.
check and you tell me if it works or not.
Okay.
Which I have 1 tinker card.
Oh,
And
and
it's a
that's an
queen.
excellent card.
Yes, and my tinkering is +10. So
Yeah, you will more than succeed. So you will have a critical success there.
woo!
So you can
Yay.
mark that down.
Yeah.
With a 22.
Hell
As
yeah.
this is a fairly fairly average task for you. So it's a target number of 10. So you more than doubled that.
Oh, yeah. I could have played my other red card. That's fine. I might need to put the ball.
And now we will move on to Deirdre. Is there any other special elements?
No, I don't think so. I think she's just got the appropriate clothes the appropriate, well, all of her gear she carries with her. She doesn't try and hide a gun, because guns are such uncivilized things.
But a gunbrella, though.
That's why I have a sword.
Just sounds cool.
Yeah, but I also have like an actual sword, and then I have a sword cane
Yeah.
in the Imperisol, so either one. But since it doesn't really matter to me, I just hide them. Yeah, everything she's got is going to be just, if necessary, hidden. Although she might invest. She was looking into the purchase of some land in the nearby area.
Ah, right.
To build a school. Of, a very important kind. Incurring the trades for young individuals of a less fortunate variety.
All right. And if I remember correctly, Lady Erdal was also going to use her connections to help you with finding some place that is most appropriate. And let me pull up. For some reason, I closed the map rather than opening the map. So let me grab that again. There we are. And let's take a look at the city of Oslo. So you've got a couple options here. You've got one that's going to be near, it's just outside of Oslo in Friedenland, near the St. Hans Cathedral in the northwestern part of Oslo, basically an early suburb, so to speak. There is another in no, we don't want that. We don't want that. That'll cost too much money. Unless you want some level of prestige, then we can look at some of the areas that are more expensive.
We want to be inviting to certain demographic of young people. And I don't know that we want to be that close to a church.
That's fair. Wasn't sure about that.
But you know.
So, near the neighborhood of Stenneberg, sorry. Just south, that would be what, southwest of the large, the main, cemetery.
Oh, that seems much more inviting for where we want to be. Right.
There's a bit of land that has yet to be built up in that area, and it is available. It's also not that far from one of the larger hospitals in the city.
Hospitals, land that hasn't been quite developed yet, that is easy to purchase and then perhaps build the appropriate gardens amongst, both for growing one's own food, but also for other purposes, encouraging a certain demographic of pixies.
Yes, absolutely.
We want to be ensured we're welcomed into all sorts.
Yeah, and volunteering to care for the cemetery could also lead to some good green spaces. Faye are not that, are not adverse to cemeteries.
No, and a good graveyard dog, a good grim is always useful for children. Get, they're intelligent, well read, like children, and are great early warning systems.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So, I'm going to make a note for myself, and I'm going to put it in our Discord chat, and I'm going to call it the Stenneberg School for now, because that's just the area.
We'll find something appropriate.
You can give it a more official name later, but that'll keep me reminded of the location as well as the plot.
We're in Oslo, correct?
Yes.
I just suddenly had this blank.
Yep. Oslo. So, Adolwolf has been successful with continuing his work on his focus. The clothes for the gala have all been commissioned already from a previous outing. And, or as Adolwolf likes to call it, an action tux. Very James Bond-esque.
Well, you're muted, Adolf. But while you unmute
Sorry about
yourself,
that. Yes, I'm saying you don't want a tux that isn't good if there's action to be had
you're
in the
also on
area.
the wrong microphone.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Just about to
Well,
say that.
I'll fix that. Yeah, I see. There we go. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be in a. You don't want to have a tuxedo that is not good for action, because it would be terrible.
And it would also be very un-German of you.
Exactly. You want to have something that will be good in case you want to dance, or also be in a duel, or also be riding some sort of horse or something.
To be fair,
all
a
these things are
tuxedo doesn't
important.
exist yet, anyways, or at least not as we would define one.
Yes, well, there's still a tux. This is the 1880s. There's certainly tuxedos still, white tie and all that.
No, white tie is
yeah.
not. Well, white tie exists and that's personally acceptable, but that's not a tuxedo, as we would define
There
one.
certainly is. Well, we can discuss the details of men's fashions, 1880s. Indeed.
We can have a very strong opinion, only beat out by the wonderful Dame Maggie Smith's opinion about men's fashion.
It would be the precursor to the tux that happened due to Prince Edward VII, who commissioned a tailless dinner jacket. All the scandal.
And it was, I believe, for a particular party to celebrate his mother and one of her Jubilee birthdays. And I believe it was further made even more scandalous because he did not bring his lady wife to the festivities with his mother. He brought his long-term mistress.
Whew, the scandal. Speaking of
Liars and cheaters.
Speaking
Exactly.
of, what color hair does Anders Nordholm have?
Ooh, that's a good question. We're gonna go with like a light brown.
Okay, that works. That works for me. I'm gonna also ask the beetle to add some hair dye. Well, it won't be hair dye. It'll just be dye, because that's how it is. Into his shampoo and conditioner.
Of what color dye? I mean, black's the easiest.
Yes, but that also looks like a normal hair color. People be like, oh, he dyed his hair black. I want something a little like, ooh, that was an accident. Right before the ball,
Yeah.
Like, he's got light brown hair. That'll take dark colors. It's like a purple or like a dark green.
Okay.
So it might look black in the right lighting, but if there's enough light, you'll be like, pretty sure that's not how that's supposed to look. Just have him slip some
Let's see
industrial
here.
grade clothing dye in there. It'll be fine.
So some of the most common at that time that you could get your hands on, they're primarily
Shields green. Let's get him some arsenic.
Yeah.
Right before.
Yeah, a dark green for sure, burgundy or royal blue. Those are the three most common fabric dyes of the time.
Yeah. Let's do green because I know it has arsenic in it.
Okay.
I mean, it's super good for your health. Arsenic.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. No, and he's green with envy of my talent. Maybe I can use that line on him.
Excellent.
With Eris at the party.
And yeah, if you get into some sort of, heated conversation, you can always point to his hair and say, "You're turning green with envy, Anders."
Yes, exactly.
For the requisite number of sweets, Beetle will be happy to make such a thing happen.
Yes.
As soon as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Because you all seem to have some of the probably the best mischief in all of Norway right now. He hasn't been this entertained by mortals in a while. And then the Lady Deirdre has graced his presence, so he's a little excited just in general.
Yeah, he's working well. Beetle and I we're hitting it off. Sometimes you just gotta mischief against somebody. Sometimes
it's true.
It's your nemesis.
Any mischief that Adolwolf would like to get into? I'm guessing not.
Adolwolf doesn't believe in mischief. No, instead you study. He still has he has to take a couple of days to finish charging up his focus. Every evening, quite methodically, he will put a bit more energy into the focus until he reaches his cap of 8. So he has another 3 days of that, and of course, getting the closing for the action closing for the ball, but and reading the newspaper and taking his he gets a small letter which he will note. He'll promenade during the day about the city, just getting the vibes. This is new gift, and also call upon the brotherhood of Freemasons here. Just generally speaking, his doing his proper social duties, as well as just walking about and seeing if there are any vibes. From his gift.
Okay. There is a cordial reception for you with the local Masonic Lodge. You made, as we know from a previous episode, you did make an effort to make a good impression on the headmaster, Hannah Markin, and that impression has been communicated throughout the rest of the lodge. So you don't have any difficulty locating materials that they have access to or things of that nature due to a good start to a relationship there. Your intention of continuing to facilitate a good relationship further continues the positive response that you get. Was there anything in particular
mostly,
you wanted to do with that?
No, this is a slow, not long. Mostly like probably having my lunch in the guild hall, or my tea, so that I'm present and that I can just generally socialize with people. Nothing, no actions for the moment, but for a long-term situation. Well, just as you do. It's not really proper to not visit your local guild hall and chapter house. Just that sort of thing that you are to do to be proper and in the course of the times, it's 3 days, if I gather any interesting informations, that is also positive, but the main goal is to be a good citizen, as it were.
Excellent.
There is one other thing that Deirdre would do.
And that is?
Work to determine the rest of the guest list of this soiree that's occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And determine any appropriate young ladies of appropriate age that would be wise to add to Adelwulf's dance card.
Ah.
Just, for reasons.
Indeed. What talents or skills do you plan to apply to such a
I think it would be connections, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's a great, and I have a
Okay.
3, and I'll burn one more to make it a 12, just so I like round numbers.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Just if there might be anybody of an appropriate age to introduce to Adelwulf at some point. For, reasons.
Yeah. You'll find, let's see, amongst those that are specifically invited, you don't necessarily note anyone that would be worthy per se. However, you do note a couple of the families that have been invited, and 2 of them have ladies of, I guess, proper or eligible ages.
Well, I figure we can work with that, particularly because I think this is an event where a large number of people of the academic mean and, that's kind of mix of science and magic and sorcery are being invited, so at least there's some crossover of interests.
Yeah. And one of them is from an industrious family. Her name is Edith Loken.
Ah, there we go.
Her family primarily works with textiles or manufactures textiles, and her family will be there, and it is expected that she will be there as well.
Of course, the young lady I've heard may or may not actually answer an invitation if the invitation was set to the household. The assumption would be that she would attend with the rest of the household.
Correct.
The RSVP had been informed. But
she is known to be the family's bookkeeper. So while she doesn't have a formal education like some of the others, she is interested in the business and has a mind for it.
Not just that, she is skilled at organizing people who are perhaps very disparate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So, the other is a lady by the name of... there you are, Matilda. Matilda Langus. She is of a minor noble house, also similar to Edith, not specifically invited by name, but the house is invited, and she is expected to attend. She is college educated and
Finishing school or actual college education?
Actual college education.
Just, little things of distinction.
Mm-hmm. And specifically in the art of many languages. She works as an interpreter for different politicians.
Well, some fine young ladies to introduce him to.
Now, Adolwolf, how do you feel about your fairy godmother out here trying to set you up with random women? I'm sure the audience would just know.
She hasn't told me about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, true.
And of course,
but this can't be the first time.
Oh, he doesn't think anything of it. There are people who are on his dance card, and he dances with them as is proper, and that is it.
All business.
It doesn't. Yes, of course, you have to be proper, and it is only polite to make sure you dance with people. And so he will do the requisite one dance, make sure everyone who is eligible or who's put on his dance card, he gets one dance with, and so it is.
Mm-hmm. And someday...
one has to be proper.
And someday it will have more results than just that.
Well, that would require... people have... It was a bit of... one has to be honorable and,
True.
Do the right thing.
Exactly. I mean, Adolwolf has high standards, and no one can fault him for that.
Oh, he also has his work, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So things that are important in life, being true.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is important. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it wouldn't be proper not to dance with whoever is available, because after all, then if you, it is not right to have the women be wallflowers, because no one asks them to dance, and so it is only socially required to not be cruel and make sure that everyone who needs to have a dance has a dance.
Excellent. Does that imply that Adolwolf is someone who would make note of those who have been wallflowers and ask them for a dance?
Well, he would certainly ask to be put on the dance card.
Yes.
Because that is only that's only the proper thing to do. It's not good if someone is left without dances on the card. Nobody likes to be the person who's not been invited on to dances. So he certainly keeps his eye out on those people who are at the dance who seem as if their dance card was not so full. And if he might also inquire from the hostess if she knows if there are people who need their dance card full, and he would make sure to have at least one dance with each of those peoples.
Excellent. So we will fast forward, and we can always flash back to anything that we have missed that would have happened in the intervening. I believe we have 2 days or a day and a half, somewhere in there, between now and the ball or the gala. And we will find ourselves at the estate of Runar Isberg, who is hosting the gala. It is not in the Isberg's honor, so to speak, but they are the ones that have been gracious enough to host it. It is more of a, I guess, collective gala for networking purposes. The Isbergs are known to be fairly generous when it comes to hosting such events, when there's no one in particular that's willing to or able to take it on themselves. So the lady of the house likes to have parties, shall we say. So any occasion for a gala is a good occasion. I assume that you all will procure a carriage to arrive?
Perhaps. Yeah, there should be something. Helena might be able to give us an appropriate vessel.
Oh, absolutely.
And, if we all come in one carriage, then we can ensure that Adelwulf doesn't go too early and Zephyrin is on time.
I'm always
Both of
fashionably
which-
late.
Both of which are
I'm
concerns.
always unfashionably early, so I don't one should be there strictly on time, and that means early.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, I'll wait for the carriage to come. So, I don't have a lot of. Where's my pocket watch? Oh, we're going to be there not early. Oh, carriage. Just waiting.
The carriage will arrive, appropriately early to get you there on time. And as you arrive,
Zephyrin! We have to get the carriage.
Fine. But I put down the macaron that I was nibbling on daintily. Well, Sophie, I think her name is.
Yeah, Sophie.
She's probably helping. She's probably putting the touches on my hair and makeup. And I will get up and swoosh out.
Excellent.
And Deirdre waited outside of line of sight until it was just about appropriate time to leave, so that you just can't make Adelwulf. Adelwulf can rush Zephyrin, but he can't rush her.
Fair enough.
You notice that Zephyrin is sometimes late,
That's
so.
true. The carriage will get you there a minute early. Traffic was lighter than expected. And as you enter the large estate, you'll come through the front doors, of course, greeted by servants who will take any hats or coats or anything of the nature that is not appropriate to wear within the house.
I have a very nice cloak as well. A nice full white tie, evening white tie event. So,
Excellent.
The whole cloak and the whole 9 yards. So it's not actually 9 yards, but because that would be a very, very large cloak. You don't really need 9 yards for that, Because
Scots do
it's
quite
me
well
being
with it.
using a. Yeah, I'm using a turn of phrase. It is me being funny. It is a joke. 9 yards.
Very funny, dude.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't say we Germans don't have humor. We do.
And explaining it makes it even funnier.
That's right. I like to think I'm a laugh riot.
Upon arrival, you will hear music, not just coming from the ballroom, but it seems to be piped through various places throughout the house.
Late.
What
Before
is-
before we arrive,
Mhm.
as we're in this carriage, I'm going to just cast a detect magic and have that up so that I can see what sort of exciting magical things are happening in this place. If that is all
Excellent.
right. I'll do that because it's a bit of a drive. This is through the countryside, so I'll just do a little bit of that while we are, riding about.
You will notice outside various lights, similar to what you saw in the park that were referred to as fairy lights. They're just these little glimmers of light that are mixed amongst the foliage to kind of give it a magical feel, literally a magical feel. Inside, as you notice the music, you will note that there are spots on the walls where high up where the music is coming from. They're magical, for lack of a better term, speakers that have been added. They are devices. They're high enough on the wall that it looks sort of like, like unless you looked up, you wouldn't notice them because they're out of line of sight. But they are magically infused. And Lady Deirdre, what is your base perception?
It's good.
Good. How familiar are you with Bricks and Swizzle or their reputation?
I figure by this point I'm very familiar.
I mean, they've made somewhat of a name for themselves in the entertainment world.
And I do try to patronize the various members of the various Fae clans in a variety of ways, if only to make certain other people of my stature look bad in comparison.
Fair. The music reminds you of what they have done in a variety of other places they've been hired for. Though they are in town, they were here to transport you, so you weren't sure how they found out about the gala or why they would be working it. But apparently they are, because these devices are of their specific make. Basically, they're the version of a magical Bluetooth speaker that they stick throughout the house to amplify the music and create a more jolly sort of ambiance for any sort of party. Zephyrine?
What's the vibe of the music, you might say?
Upbeat. Not necessarily something you can't dance to in that fashion, but clearly something that doesn't really bring or doesn't expect anyone to dance to. Like it's early enough that they're not trying to encourage people to the dance floor yet, as people are still filtering in.
Come in, check out the buffet.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more upbeat than your normal dance numbers would be. But it's definitely welcoming and pleasant.
So something like...
I will go to the hostess and start getting, present myself to be placed on dance cards for the evening, since all of the dances are already written down on people's cards, and I can go and make sure I have my name in the appropriate places.
Your name is already on two. Your name is already on 2 dance cards.
You will find that out.
Well,
yes.
Well, thank you. If you wouldn't mind, I would be pleased if you would place me on the appropriate dance. Fill up the rest of the dance card with appropriate people who may not have their dance cards full. Thank you very much. It's, appropriate.
Excellent.
Yeah, indeed.
Zephyrine.
Yes.
What have you done since you've arrived?
Obviously, I've gone to check out the hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, they have quite a variety of both sweet and savory.
Excellent. I must sample them.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for my nemesis.
He has not arrived yet.
That's fine. I have hors d'oeuvres to keep me busy until then.
That's fair.
And for the record, the talisman I was given about that would detect necromantic things, it's on my person, by the way.
Okay.
I do not imagine such things being important for here in this place. Who has necromantic creatures at a gala? No
That
one
would be
who has.
rude.
That would be rude, but just in case it is here, you know, that is all. That said, I will make sure that I accompany my two companions and take a look for, you know, the Nord homes as I do my appropriate business, as it were. That business, by the way, being dancing. As dancing is serious business. One does it as one is required to do, and everyone should do their duty and make sacrifices for the social good.
Mm-hmm. Everyone should do their duty and get married, is what I'm hearing.
What?
Well, women have to do that more, but some people are what they call them confirmed bachelors.
We can find you a nice young gentleman.
No, I said a confirmed bachelor.
That's usually code
There's
for
no.
something else.
Oh, well, yes, no. I actually means that as an actual bachelor. It's just how it is.
Fair. Why do I get the feeling that Adelwolf is quite rigid in his body posture when he dances?
Why would you think this? One doesn't. It's not rigid. It's proper. One doesn't get all loosey-goosey on the dance floor. One has to have a good frame. If you don't have a good frames, and if you don't have a good frame, if you're doing a Viennese, the person you're dancing with, especially if they're wearing like large hoop skirts or something, as well as they might just be flung out. So there's a lot of centripetal force, you know, when you're dancing a really good, vigorous Viennese. And if you don't have a good, strong frame, well, and especially if they're wearing satin dresses and you don't have the ability that's covering over the corsets and you have nothing to hold on to. So if you're not really in a good frame, whoop-de-whoop, just like that, your dance partner could be flung out into the bandstand, and nobody wants that. So one has to have a good, rigid frame so that one doesn't lose a dance partner. It's in some sort of terrible centripetal force accident. No one wants that. It's terrible. Ooh. Wouldn't be proper. Ooh. Could you imagine? Side note, I have done quite a bit of Victorian ballroom dancing in my life, in the real life, in this outside, in the world. There's a Victorian ball that was in the Bay Area regularly called the Gaskell's Ball. And I will tell you this, it certainly has happened that people have lost their dance partners and those dance partners in their very large hoop skirts and their crinolines, which is quite a lot, you know. They have indeed, I have seen people be flung out in one of these very big turns, and the lead could just not hold on because of the slipperiness of the fabric, and then whoop, just like that. This will not happen. Do not have this happening as a stance.
This is a failure of their gloves.
It's true, but also, you know, weak frame.
Also,
you don't
weak
want
form.
a weak frame.
Yeah.
Weak form, weak frame, and a failure of your gloves. Because there shouldn't be any slipping with your satin if you're wearing proper gloves.
Slippy gloves and a weak frame.
It's the worst thing. Slippy gloves, weak frame.
And a failure to
Not
catch
having
your
anything
partner.
like this. It's just like slippy. Just it's a lot. It's especially if it's a very, very fast Viennese. If you're going for some wild dances like this, just Viennese, just so fast. Ooh, everyone gets a little bit dizzy, and it's it's a little bit. I mean, there's a reason why the waltz is such a scandalous dance, you know, because it is a little scandalous. But let it not be said that I'm not a little wild myself. You know, I'm all right doing a Viennese just a little bit faster, you know, because I'm not, what you call this, a stick in the mud. I am myself also quite wild.
Mm-hmm. As we can tell by your experiments.
Yeah. Well, the meticulously notated my experiments, obviously. I wouldn't just improvise my experiments just like so. It has to be just draw everything down, and this is science. The scientific sort of
If you are
Magic.
too conservative, your experiments never result in anything.
That's right. But again, I'm wild. I mean, I feel like very old people would say so. I've been told by very old people how wild I am. What?
What very
As
old people are you
should
talking to?
be.
Because the oldest person you know did never said that in your presence.
No, but you're not a human. I meant old humans.
You said people. You're about to say I'm not a people?
No, you're a force of nature, and forces of nature are themselves fundamentally wild. They're like forests and the storms and so forth. So you are like you're elemental. And one cannot expect the elementals, the elements of nature, to be, like disciplined. That's what makes them nature.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Obviously.
That might be one of the most scandalous compliments he's ever given.
Probably.
Well, you just look. You never. It's like the ocean. Yeah. You don't try to get in the way of the ocean. You just let the ocean do what the ocean's going to do, because otherwise you will be. Well, it doesn't work out well for you. You just there's the ocean, there's fire. Fire. Zephyrin was thinking something about fire and heat. Let's think about this. Heat sinks. But not now. First, dances. Most appropriately so. But he will dance. Well, keeping his eye out, of course, for targets.
Deirdre would have ensured that at least one of those two young ladies would have been one of the waltzes for the evening.
Excellent.
I do hope we'll do a very nice line dance, like a Sir Roger de Coverley or something like this. I love a very good sort of group dance with all the very precision.
Too bad we're not in Warsaw. It could be a good polka.
They would definitely have a polka as well. They were quite the rage. It was a little bit more rambunctious and all as a polka, but a nice, a lender perhaps. Well, they'll be good dancers. I don't know how scandalous they are here, actually. How many waltzes and partner dances they're doing. Sure, it's all right. No one can say I'm not modern.
No, they would never accuse you of such. To your face.
Good. Wait, what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to say, Zephyrin, may I see your dance card? May I see your dance card? How is this dance card? How is it? How many peoples are on this dance card? And who are
Very
the
good
peoples
question.
on this dance card?
She's not been seeking anybody out, but if people ask, she's like, sure. But she was saving a spot for Anders.
Oh.
'Cause-
Oh.
Yeah, you have to dance with your nemesis before you murder them.
That's probably good advice. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, one has to be proper about this.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to murder people without having a dance with them first.
Like,
depending on
it's
the
aesthetic.
situation, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's aesthetic nemesisness.
It's also you can't walk that line between enemies to lovers and nemesis without at least the dance to confirm whether you're on one side or the other.
Yeah. That, and I really want an up close look at how much or little sleep he's got and how green his hair is and if there's still pixie dust in places. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll
What is on her dance card?
You'll note there are 3 names thus far. No one that you are familiar with per se. If you do a little digging, you'll find that they are younger nobility, mid-20s ish.
And I'll place myself in there somewhere. Somewhere probably, I would say, Ha. Normally, your dance is going to be in two halves. The first half will be then no dancing for socializing and whatnot. So I'm going to make sure that my dance is in the second half early, so like right after the socializing, because I figure we might want to get together after our socializing to compare
Confer.
notes, and so to confer, and so we can confer on the dance floor. So I'm thinking like the first or the second dance right after the break.
Sounds good.
And so I put my name right there, and then I say, "All right."
When
Lady
you
Zephyrine, I have
like,
a
can I see your
question
dance
for
card?
you."
She's like, yeah, sure. And a lot of times they had like the ribbon to connect it so you wouldn't get lost. So she just hands you to it. Her ribbon's a little longer than normal because she will immediately turn and just go back to snacking.
Lady Zephyrine, I have a question for you.
Oui?
What do you think? Do you think that I should make sure that I'm on Lady Deirdre's dance card, or do you think that I should not?
No, I think you definitely should.
Are you certain? Do you think it would be proper?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, if you think this is a proper thing to do, because I don't know if I would imagine this Lady Deirdre would have many peoples wanting to have the dances with her, and I wouldn't want to intrude.
Don't underestimate her. I mean, she's very popular, but I think she would spare a dance for you. After all, she might want to confer as well.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So I will ask her for a dance in the same zone for the conference on the dance floor.
Be the middleman to relay information between.
Yeah, this is a good idea. I will see if I can get the dance directly after yours. By the way, have you seen?
Not yet.
As you confer with Lady Deirdre about her dance card, which is, I don't know if it's surprising or not, it may be surprising to Adolf, is fairly full already.
No, I did not. This does not surprise me. I assumed that there would be completely full, that there would be no spots for me at all, because it is, after all, Lady Deirdre. This is
And she walks that fine line of almost matron, right? She's technically of the matron status, but she doesn't wear anything that makes her look like a widow. So
many of them seem to be nobles and dignitaries of sorts. Just scanning the names. Is there a space for Adolwolf on your dance card in the second half, as he so is plotting early in the second half?
probably, and it's not one of the for Adalwolf's scandalous dances. She has removed herself from one of the waltzes intentionally. You know, she plays the age of I am of a matron and I can dance at one of the waltzes, but I'm not young enough to dance at all three.
Indeed.
Well, assuming I'm assuming the certain Victorian standards are being kept for a gala, and that there are usually 3 waltzes throughout the course of the evening, right? Like,
absolutely.
I'm making those assumptions, but
yep.
But she's playing the walking that fine line of grande dame and matron, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she can't dance at all of the waltzes, only one.
That's fair and reasonable. So,
it's perfectly fine. Lady Deirdre, if you do not mind, I would like to have the honor of having a dance with you in the second half of the dance, but in the early part of the second half, after our socializing, if that would be proper, and if you would not be offended.
Oh, should be quite appropriate. Oh, why would I be offended?
Well, I don't know. You might have business or something. Thank you. If you could put my name down on your dance card, I would be much appreciative of it.
Yeah.
Thank you. and then I think he will go about. But he's, by the way, the spell that he has is this, so it's a detecting. It's like a true sight because he can see things that are glamored, right? So he's making sure that there's nobody who's disguising themselves as things as they are not. That is, and he has it up for the day.
You don't find anything of that nature, as that would be scandalous to
You never know.
present oneself as though they are not. The most glamored person here is actually Lady Deirdre, but she always has certain items that are obscured. It's less about her presence and who she is, and it's more about what she carries.
Well, this is how I know the spell is working, because I'm able to see magical things and star irons that is glamored to be hidden. But so if I see, it is working, and because if I don't see anything else, that means there's probably not a lot of these things. Magical things hidden to not look this way. So, but I do know I can look at Lady Deirdre and I can say, aha, okay, my spell is working.
Indeed.
I will make my rounds to introduce myself to all those that I should do. Oh, would you like, and I'm very happy also to introduce Lady Zephyrin. Lady Deirdre is a bit too high status for me to be presumptuous this way, but I will be happy to introduce Lady Zephyrin to people around as proper.
Okay. Absolutely.
And just wanting to see if we can find this Nordholm or anyone else of note.
You will find a variety of people that seem to have some level of notability, not notoriety, but more like, they are notable. And you will note that Hannah Markin, the headmaster, and her husband are attending. You'll see that what was his first name? Gunnar Veen, the city official, is here with his wife. The Minister of Science, Oddbjorn Holt, is not. But let's see, who else? Anders does arrive. He does bring a date.
Oh. Who's this date?
Who? Oh.
She is a woman maybe a year or two older than Zephyrin. She is introduced as Amanda Shao when they are introduced upon arrival.
What title is she given by the announcer?
Good question. I'm gonna toss this one to the group. She is the daughter of a rising merchant, not nobility, nouveau riche on the rise, so to speak.
Miss.
Yeah. Then, yeah, there you go.
Unless she has some other academic or degree that she would use instead of Venus.
No. So yeah, her Anders' date.
Is there
I'm
a
gonna put it in
chaperone
Discord just so
announced
you know.
for her as well?
There is not an announcement, but there is someone that is there with them.
Oh, good.
Bit of scandal.
I mean,
And-
it's scandalous already, but
I mean, bigger scandal.
Now, I do have an important question for our action alchemist. Are you still wearing your fez, or did you check it with your coat or your cloak?
Oh, one should never wear a hat indoors. That is improper.
Good. Good.
Hats are only for outdoors. Indoors, no hat.
unless you're in
But
charge.
no
Unless
hat,
you're
no
lady,
cloak, no
and then you
gloves.
can have a fascinator.
Or
Well,
you're
yes,
in
ladies
church.
can wear hats all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. But one must always have the proper protocol. No gloves. No gentleman may not wear gloves or hat or cloak. All those things must go into the coat check. Certainly no hats. My goodness.
You can wear gentlemen can wear gloves if it is a gala.
Indoor gloves.
Indoor gloves, not your external gloves.
yeah.
Your indoor gloves.
Yes.
Your white
Yes.
gloves.
Your white gloves.
Like it's this outside voice, outside
Yes.
gloves, inside gloves. These things are, it cannot just be willy-nilly about these things.
Yes,
It must
because
always be
you don't want
proper.
your skin potentially touching hers while dancing. That would be
Even though
extremely
she's wearing
scandalous.
gloves, you never know. Someone could
never
lose a
know.
glove.
Or
Oh,
perhaps even
terrible.
look at the décolletage or the drop of the back of the neck of the bodice.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely
Yeah.
scandalous.
I don't even know what's happening in the world these days. But no, I've got my good collar on, and
Mhm.
but certainly no fez. Certainly no fez. That would be
Excellent.
inappropriate.
Upon closer inspection of
But I do have, of
Anders-
course, a nice pin, on the jacket.
Of course. And Anders, you will note, or Zephyrin, you will note that Anders' hair in the right light does have a greenish tinge. He
Ooh,
did
lovely.
attempt to darken it with black dye.
Ah, tried to cover it up. Yeah.
Yes.
Tried. We tried.
But in the right light,
Avoiding
it
standing next to
still
like the
shines.
chandeliers and candelabras. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I just give a coy smile and enjoy my glass of wine. Sorry.
Now, are you presumptuous enough to try and get him on your card, or are you hoping he will ask you?
Oh, well, he's denied my every single application, so I will be presumptuous.
Ah, yes.
Also, I'm a lady and he's with a miss, so,
Fair
Well, one still should dance, as you know. I'm going to I'm going to what's it called this? I don't know why I feel this way, but I'm going to wingman is what I'm going to do. I'm going to speak with someone next to this Nordholm, but not to Nordholm. I'll have a conversation with someone, another gentleman, and I'll say, "Oh, that young lady over there. I think that her dance card is filling up, and she's I believe she's some sort of French noble. Who I certainly hope I can get upon her dance card. And I'm going to try to say this way to make it seem like it's like getting it on this dance with Zephyrin would be an amazing thing to do. Perhaps also to try to get him also to want to be on her dance card. It's this, make it seem like, oh, this is the thing to do. Yeah. If you know what I mean. It's like my try to do a little bit of a talk her up to this other person in the way that this Nordholm will be able to hear it. I don't think
Fair
that
enough.
would be in terms of.
He will recognize the name.
Well, I don't say the name though.
No,
I
no,
s-
no.
I
When
don't.
she introduces herself.
Yes. Oh,
Ah.
Monsieur Nordholm? My name is Zephyrin
One
Moreau.
moment.
Yes.
Ah,
Could I make a social gracious roll or something so that I can? I want to make it more likely that he will ask her
oh yes.
to dance.
Although he'll ask me to dance. Okay.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
This is. I want to make it so that he will ask her to dance. So this is. I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a little bit of a.
Like I'll march. I'm marching
a-
over my way to be presumptuous, and maybe he just intercepts me.
I'm hoping, to do this. What would be the best skill for this? Should it
Social
be
graces
this,
would be excellent for this.
right.
And that's spades.
Okay. So what I will do is my social graces are good. So
Mhm.
I am going to play 2 cards. I can put out this. Let me flip. I'm playing 2 cards, and they are same color but not the right suit. So I will get half
Mhm.
of this. So we round down. That'll be 4 and a 3. So that is a 7 plus 6 is an 11. To try to encourage him to ask her to dance.
The person that you are wingmanning with plays
Mhm.
along well enough to boost your attempt.
Yeah, so
Um,
that is 11. That's 20, like 23.
Excellent. And that will. There's a little bit of resistance in this case because of their previous relationship, even though he doesn't know the name yet. But the actual
It's like there's
result
something
will have
about
some
this-
resistance.
this
So this will be a
lady.
full success, but not quite a critical. As your target number is going to be a 15, so you need a 30 or better to make it a critical. But this is definitely a full success.
And I didn't mention the name so that he wouldn't realize who it was before he
Until it was
asked
too
to dance,
late. Yes.
So
Till it was too late.
It's
Like
been
he's on the dance card and he's already committed to writing a name on there. Yep.
exactly. He's committed to adding her, but to what dance and to how pleased he'll be about it is going to be shifted when he realizes who she is.
Probably more success than me.
That's right.
Just straight to be like, his eye, Zephyrin Moreau, dance with me.
This is why I did not mention your name. It's a little
Exactly.
bit of, subtlety. And Germans are known to be subtle.
Yes.
Yes.
That is the thing all Germans are well known for, is their subtlety.
That's right.
So-
Subtlety.
And you manage it quite well. The gentleman with whom you are speaking is, let's actually make that a person.
He's gonna
now that
also
you
want to
have
put it on my
created
dance card.
a-
He's like, really? Well, I guess I'll
Yeah.
ask after that guy.
Yeah, whoever this person is also probably going to want to have to dance with Zephyrin as well. I'm
I
assuming.
have plenty of space, gentlemen. Line up.
Well, the dance card is filling up, Amanda Shaw.
Let's see. What part of government, national government, should we make this gentleman a part of?
Oh, Minister of Art.
Ah. So, the nobleman that you are speaking to is Amund Bjorgen, who is the Minister of Art. He himself is young enough that his children are too young to court Lady Moreau, but he cannot pass up the opportunity to speak with her about all of her accomplishments on the dance floor. And his wife, who is quite intrigued in a young woman so accomplished, encourages him to do so. and he will actually intervene when you arrive. And before you can speak to Anders, he will introduce himself and ask for a spot on your dance card.
Oh, certainly, monsieur. I only have 3 names on there. There's plenty of space. Usually about like usually 2 dozen, typically on average. So.
Well, it will fill up quite quickly after this. And Anders himself.
I do
will,
try.
So Anders has to wait a second. I love that. He just has to wait a
Yes.
minute.
He has to wait and witness someone wanting to be on your dance card.
Delightful.
And
while Anders is signing up, I'm going to ask, is this Miss Shao? Pardon me, miss. Might I have a dance on your dance card if you have a free dance?
she will politely accept and say, I'm very new to many of these events, and so I have a few spots available.
It is
Is
a
there
great
a
honor.
particular dance you would like to embark on?
Whatever. I don't know how many dances you have left. A quadrille would be nice, or let me see what you have open. Let
She'll
me see
show
what
you
is
her
there.
dance card.
I would like a partner dance is what I'm looking for, rather than a line dance.
Okay.
Because this way get more discussion time with her.
Gotcha.
You know? I
You'll
want people to have a bit more
now
time.
clearly there's at least one waltz left, because
Clearly.
Anders has put his name on the first waltz.
Ah,
I will take this second.
perfect.
Excellent. And which dance? Obviously, he's already taken for the first waltz, but is there a dance in particular that you are going to encourage Mr. Anders to join you, Zephyrin?
Oh, I'll let him pick.
He will.
That's how confident I am in my noble abilities, my dance skills.
He
Yes.
will greet you and say, so you are the famous Zephyrin Moreau.
Yes, indeed. I heard you enter, Monsieur Nordholm.
Shall we have a dance tonight?
Certainly. I'll whip out my dance card. Just whip it out.
And he will purposely choose one of the line dances.
Yeah.
And kind of flash the card a little bit as he's signing on it towards his date for the night, though she actually doesn't even notice.
Because she's getting asked for her dance.
Yeah. But kind of like, hey, I'm not going to do, a partner dance with this woman that's been talked up because I care about you, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of falls flat thanks to your wingman.
I just say that. Just, like I noticed what he did and that it didn't work.
He's not, he's about as subtle as most Germans.
So very subtle.
Very, very subtle.
Epitome of subtlety.
Yeah. You're not subtle. We will tell you one more time, but louder. More subtle.
And on that note, we are going to take our break for the evening and come
And when
back.
he's nice and up close, though, is there any trace of pixie dust on him?
He does glimmer.
Under the fingernails. Oh, just a little, And then I'm like, just quietly, like, yes, to myself, knowing that it worked.
Yeah, like there's various specks of it. Like you catch the light just right, and his jawline kind of like still has bits.
And just the hairline a little bit, even though he's tried to dye it and scrub it out, and a little under the nails.
For sure.
Yeah.
You think glitter's bad? Pixie dust?
Pixie dust
Whole
is
new
worse.
level.
Yep.
Whole new level.
Can I do
And he got a face full.
Can I do one thing before we
Ooh,
break for lunch?
yes.
Or for probably for dinner for the gala, right? For, you know.
Yes.
Can I just perhaps leave, you know, just in a small corner on the way, you know, a little napkin with a little sweet here and one there, you know. I just want to make sure the brownies are well taken care of.
Oh, for sure.
I might need to talk to them later. That's all.
No, that is an important task. You will notice that the one that you leave closest to the bar,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah, that's a separate issue.
yeah, Brix is eating.
She'll just
But-
kind of turn and look at him and go, "Really? They don't really?" She doesn't say anything, but it's that level of like, "You should know better. You're stealing from
You know,
brownies."
you can get the buffet,
like-
right?
Exactly.
Like it's still like it's in his mouth, and he takes his hand away to shrug, and it's still between his teeth. And then he goes back to drinking.
Fair. But yeah, that's it.
Fair. All right. Well, we'll see you all soon.
All right, everybody, stretch, bio, refresh, do all those good things, and we'll be back in a hot second for some scandalous dancing. Of some varieties of sorts of scandalous. Have yourselves a good one, everybody. We'll be right back. Ooh, wait, why did that not do? hello everyone. Welcome back. We hope you were stretched, refreshed, bio, did all of those good things, and are ready for some evening of dancing, perhaps.
I will note that the poll that was put up that has only two responses, but they are both yes to looking forward to a duel on the dance floor.
Oh,
It might be a dancing duel.
Yeah,
One doesn't know.
of course. I mean, we could totally turn this into West Side Story.
Boy, crazy boy. Get loose, boy.
But wait, does that make Anders Tony?
No. He has to be, what's his name? Well, it's a kill your brother. He murdered your love. He murdered mine. Not Tony. The head of the sharks. What is his name? Anita's boyfriend.
No, he cannot be Anita's boyfriend. He can't. He does not have any charm or any of the characteristics to pull Anita. Let's be honest.
But I mean, we can have some questions about what was his name? West Side Story. Head of the Jets. Sharks. Head of the Sharks. Head of Sharks. Yeah. Bernardo. There you go. Because he has to be the Bernardo because, Tony's got to be like protagonist style. And I don't think that Anders is Nordholm's protagonist. It's more like not.
He is a tad
Maybe,
of a bit player. In the story
I think
of
that
Anders,
perhaps.
Go ahead.
I was thinking that perhaps maybe Tony's best friend is Lady Deirdre, and then Zephyrine is Tony, and then perhaps Nordholm is Maria. I don't know. It's a little bit complicated.
As long as I'm not Officer Crumpkey.
No. That's me. I'm Officer Krupke. We'll have to do this proper.
All right. On that note, we'll go back to the dancing.
Ooh.
Let's start with whoever is the first named dance, the one that we've pointed out on Adelwolf's card. So of the ones that we have made notes of, is it going to be Edith, Matilda? Because Zephyrine and Deirdre both come in the second half.
Mm-hmm. I think it will be Amanda Shaw.
Oh, yes. Okay.
They are in the first half.
Okay.
And I would have wanted to have a dance with Amanda in the first half, so they could then confer in the second half. This is what I
Makes
think.
sense.
Yeah, so I think it would be a dance with Miss Amanda Shaw. Actually, you know what? Let's go with, before we have the Amanda, let's have a dance with Edith or Matilda. Don't have I will roll. I will draw a card. If it is odds, black is Edith and red is Matilda. So, Edith first.
Excellent.
Dance
So,
is Edith first.
are you going to use a skill to impress Edith, or are we just going with your base ability to dance?
I will have to make the draw, but I am going to assume this is what is our best skill for dancing. What do you want for this
Social graces.
dancing? Could be
Social
all
graces
I imagine
would work.
social graces rather than athletics. So it is a waltz. You know. Let's see. I'm just enjoying the music. I'm so sorry about that. Just having this in the background. All right. I'm going to be dancing with Edith, and I will mix the social graces. And I have a 6 base, and I will play this card off style, which will be for 1, and then also this for 1 more flip card. So that's a 2 plus 6 will be an 8.
In this case, we're just looking for, honestly, just a 5 is our is the number we're shooting for. So this is a full success.
Trying to be proper.
Yeah, it is a proper waltz. Do you talk about anything in particular? She will do the proper questioning, asking more about you, who you are, what what your areas of industry are, etc., etc.
Yeah, and I will also answer and find out who she is, if she is from here in Oslo, general, what you say, general small talk. But if there's, if she knows anything about, if one could, if she knows about any, mention who, ask her, who is who, since I'm new, just to find out if she has anything to say about any persons of interest without being obvious that I'm fishing, for
She will say that she
information.
is relatively new to the scene here in Oslo, as her family's business has expanded here from other places in the country. And she doesn't know too many of them, though sometimes she is compared, or her family is compared to the Nordholms, as Anders is kind of an upstart himself. And she says that not in a judgmental way, but definitely in a pointed manner. Does that make sense? As though she doesn't like being referred to as an upstart or being compared. She said her family makes their name on the quality of their goods and not on how well they perform at a gala.
What goods does your family deal in?
Textiles mostly. A variety of them. We've expanded recently to include silks from the east.
Well, silks, I imagine that's a very good trait. Silk is quite strong. It has a tensile strength that is more rigorous than one might initially assume.
Absolutely. And there are so many varieties of silk. You can use them for a vast amount of different fabrics, different purposes due to their different, some of them are softer than others. Some of their tensile strength is stronger than others. They make for quite a versatile fabric. So it's one of the main reasons that we decided to invest in such a cost for shipping to bring them from the east, is because we could use them depending on the different types for so many different of our products, whether they be used for threads because of the tensile strength, or they be used for the actual main fabric themselves, woven on our looms, or if they are, and she rattles on and on. She is very keen about the business and knows quite a bit.
You say you're not from Oslo. What part of Norway are you from?
Her family hails from Trondheim,
Ah,
which
I
is
see.
a bit north, almost directly north of Oslo. Um,
Hmm.
but that's where they started. But they have manufacturers in um, almost every significantly sized city, or
Hmm.
plants in almost every significantly sized city throughout Norway. They're looking to expand into Sweden and Finland within the next few years.
Ah, uh, does that mean you also have manufacturing plants, or you have a presence in the far north of Norway?
Yes, actually, our family has a plant in. Um, Let me see if it is as plot relevant as it could be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card. Um,
Hmm.
Hearts are definitely yes. Diamonds are close, but not quite.
Hmm.
Spades are not really, but it could be useful. And or not spades. Clubs are not really, but it could be useful. And last but not least, spades are nope, not gonna happen.
Hmm.
So this is how I like to randomize. And no, she does not have a plot relevant city
Mm.
in the north, unfortunately.
Mm.
They used to have one in Tromso, but
Ah.
due to a variety of circumstances, the labor force there has dwindled and they were unable to keep it open.
Yeah. Ah, that's a shame. Here's the Nordholms are moving up that far north with their business, whatever that
Uh,
business is.
Something about Hammerfest, if I recall correctly.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that might be right. I don't, completely know all of their business, but are you in competition with them often?
Not really. Like they have done a lot of manufacturing, but it's mostly in metals. Um,
Ah.
and ours being textiles, there's not a whole lot of overlap other than workers and space for plants.
Hmm. Ah. Yes, I can imagine a bit of a uh, competitions this way. I hope they did not scoop you on any sort of uh, plans or. I hope that the labor that you mentioned, this lack of workers, was not due to their fault.
Um, Not to my knowledge, no.
That's good.
They honestly are, how do I say this politely? More of a bit player than they let on.
Ah, well, then that's good. So then it makes it the comparisons to them between your family and theirs somewhat rude.
Indeed.
And we'll continue to dance about. Just
Excellent.
wanting it's like that kind of like pleasant dancing and just making sure that there's not any gathering information, as it were. Oh, and I think I would mention, you wouldn't. Do you know if you have contacts with the East? Do you know a Professor Yu?
Hmm. We've had no primary contacts with a U family at this stage, though it's not an uncommon name. I could do a little digging and see if my family has run across a professor by the name of Yu, if you wish.
Oh, that would be lovely, but although not necessarily a doctor. You,
No,
no need to go and to go put yourself out. It was just on the off chance.
if you have a calling card, I'd be happy to let you know if anything does come across our desks.
Give her your card.
No need to worry. I can give you my calling card, but this isn't.
That's what she wanted.
But
That's what
this,
she wanted.
but there's no need for you to look into it. There are, after all, so many use, and I wouldn't worry about it.
be no trouble at all.
Dancing. Please. He does not want to get her involved in looking to Dr. Hugh, who's evil. So, like, you know, he's like gonna kind of, sort of,
It's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. I figure I just want to pan the camera, and Deirdre's dancing by in this moment. Looks effortless. Because etherealness is a skill she has, and it's a great one to have. And she picks up on the, oh, if you have a card, and she's like, ding, I can fix this. I know what this is really about.
Yes, but he's like, must protect the dancing person because her looking into Dr. Yu might spell her death. So, you know, he kind of like moves away from that to finish the dance. Because he's actually just thinking about the actual Dr. Yu, you know, that, yeah, as opposed to, yeah, he was thinking business and danger.
Which is why he's still single.
Among other reasons.
That's not actually the reason, but that's one of them. Not all of them, but one of them.
True. A quick note for the folks in chat. You guys are very close. You're getting closer on the reskates. Cheat to win, people. Like, quote post it. And do multiples yourself. I'm not going to double check it. Deirdre might, but then you can blame Pax for not giving you your treats.
I'm going to tell you right now that because of various people quote posting that you've given me permission to count, we are now at 9.
Oh!
On which one?
Both.
Both. Yeah, cheat to win, folks. Cheat to win. Anyway, let's move on to Lady Deirdre's dance card. Which of the various nobles and other dignitaries is going to be the first one of note that you dance with? We haven't named them all, but I'm sure you can pick up on someone.
Well, there would be the requisite dance with the host.
Mm-hmm.
And the requisite dance with the person of the highest actual rank present, who is probably not the host.
No. Runar Eisberg, though known for throwing parties, is not a very high-ranking noble, just a very social one.
Yeah, and anyone who's known for throwing parties is not the highest-ranking figure in the room. Very rarely is, actually, I should say. There would probably be, like, the various other, you know, because she walks that fine line of being young enough to, because she looks it, even if she's not. But also, she dresses in a manner that projects sort of matronly kind of qualities. A slightly higher collar and long 3/4 sleeves, green lace, and oh well, there goes Hawk giving you your 10 reposts for the go live.
Excellent.
And so probably like the most she wouldn't dance with Nordholm, probably, because he's unless he's ended up on her dance card, probably not. Right, like she's not going to turn him down, but he's of a young enough age that and he came in with an escort. It wouldn't be like not necessarily wouldn't be unacceptable because she is playing that matron card, so she could walk that line of being the Grande Dame. But probably would be one of the nobles.
Okay.
Oh, I know who it is. There's a rumor that a certain gobshite is left an island and is on the mainland. So, whichever noble of note would be involved with steam engineering.
With the Steam Baron Bronstone.
Oh, no, not necessarily him, but know about him.
No, but someone who would be in business with him or connected to him in some way. Let's see here real fast. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of research to get you a
That's fair.
notable name.
She's playing. I'll make it look good for everybody. She really does make it look effortless, because etherealness is a fun thing to mess around with.
Let's see here. Oh. We are going to go with Emil Stang, who is the leader of the Conservative Party at the time.
Well, it could be worse. He's not an Englishman.
No, he's not. But is one who attends these things for appearances, and is currently basically the leader of parliament due to the number of seats that the Conservative Party holds at this point in time. So, and he is known to interact with folks of influence, including the rise of the steam barons out of London, and Bronstone is one of them.
How much of a gobshite is he?
About half as much as Bronstone.
So still a piece of shite.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, then I will not feel bad in any way, shape, or form by doing this. So there's this wonderful skill that she has. Called her kindred powers. And one of the things for high noble fae is allure. Usually she tries to be conservative in that, right? And not, she plays the matron card, all of these fine things, plays the fairy godmother, but sometimes, instead she's gonna just totally enthrall this gentleman to make him, I just need an invitation and a meeting. That's a 15, 10 plus 5. Okay. And I'll also burn one more to make it a 16, just because I like even numbers.
Okay. You will successfully enrapture his attention, shall we say, and get the invite that you are looking for. Come, shall we say, Monday morning, which would be the soonest that he could make such a appointment officially, of course.
Of course. That sounds like an absolutely wonderful time. Thank you so much. And aren't you
He will ask if you prefer coffee or tea, and you will have whichever is you prefer available when you arrive.
Oh, tea. Tea is a lifesaver, isn't it?
Indeed. And there are so many varieties.
It's much better for your health than that coffee stuff. I've heard it can do horrible things to your heart. Wouldn't want to give up on that now, would we?
No. That is for sure. Circling back to Hawkeye's success, Adelwolf, since you made it known that there are a variety of reasons why he is still single, what is one of those secret reasons that we can share with the audience, a juicy detail, so to speak?
Oh, but he cannot go get married when his heart is already spoken for. He carries a torch for someone, and has carried that torch for someone since he's been like 20 years old or something, quite some time. And so, and this person is not available. Sadly, is married, happily so. So there is no hope for him to ever be able to have this love ever reciprocated, and so he's determined to be true to this love that will never materialize. So he is not planning on ever betraying this love that is what is the word? What is this?
Unrequited?
Thank you. This unrequited. This unrequited love. But he's going to be true to this ideal, and so he can never ever find love because he already has it in his heart. And this.
And who is this mysterious woman?
Oh, you would not know her. Don't think you've ever met her. Zephyrine has met her because it is Zephyrines' mother. But, I mean, I assume that Zephyrine has met her after all. It is her mother, but...
Never heard of someone who... I have, yes.
But Zephyrines' mother and father, you know her.
Excellent parents, happily married, very much in love.
Yeah. So he is going to just suffer from afar until he dies in the most romantic way ever. But he can at least make sure that Zephyrine has a good life. That is one thing he can do at least.
Indeed. So, that is one of the lovely secrets shared for our audience. And on to Zephyrines' dance.
Yes.
Which dance are you going to start with?
Oh, probably one of the nameless people first.
Okay.
One of the three. And I imagine then that the Minister of Science guy would have signed up pretty early on. So that would probably be the most important first dance that pops up in the first half. I don't know when Anders signed his. Probably not first.
No, but in the first half, one of the group dances.
Okay.
The second half gets a little bit more social.
Mm-hmm. Does indeed. So yeah, probably the science guy and then the group dance. You know, just going down the list.
Anything of note that you would wish to talk about? With Anders.
With Anders. I'll first make a comment as if he's feeling very well. He looks a little green. Because that's funny.
He will subconsciously fix his hair when you say that.
Yeah. It could be the shrimp. I don't think it's very fresh. Maybe avoid it. He doesn't know it was me. And then, we did this, social dance. So it's like a comment, and then we come back. We go away for a minute, then we come back together. And, Mr. Norham, I have papers for you. And I'm sure he's thinking, God, not another application from this woman.
Yeah, I'd be like, again?
We, of course. However, and then we separate her and then come back together. These are revised, a little different than the last ones.
Oh. Hopefully they're more acceptable.
I find them much more acceptable. Some other people. Then we separate apart. And we come back together. Just enough to leave a little anxiety hanging in the air each time for him. And also, if possible, I would like to make sure I step on his toes at least once, but in a way that it's not obvious that I'm doing so. Make it look like it's his fault that his toes got stepped on and not my fault.
Let's go with stealth.
Oh, okay. How are my stealth skills?
Your clubs.
Where is stealth? Clubs. Okay, that's good. I do not see it as a good skill, so it's probably just average. Average stealth. So I will play my best clubs card. And since it's average, I can only flip one. So there we go. So it'll be a 12.
Indeed. You are successful. It's not uncommon for such things to happen, but it's
Yeah.
also a little
Just
embarrassing.
make sure it's the heal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then it makes him look like it's his bad,
Oh, yeah.
not my bad. Yeah.
Of course. He's the one that should be leading anyway, so.
Exactly. It's fine.
Like, why would anyone blame the lady? That would be uncouth.
Yep. I had that idea during break. I was like, ooh, I should step on his toes. Really hard and subtly. And then, we go back
Subtle
to the
like a
dance.
German.
Subtle like a German. And then, yes, just I think some people might have some more recommendations this time.
Excellent. Do you let him know what you are implying, or do you leave it hanging there after the dance ends, or until the dance ends?
Oh, I'll leave it hanging there unless I'm gonna make him ask me about it, like, more directly if he wants to get more. I'm gonna make him ask for it,
Seek it.
or seek it out,
Yeah.
or have to seek it in a partner dance, because obviously it's just so inconvenient for conversation. And he picked it, so
Yeah.
but you know what they say, if you dance with someone more than once at an event too, that's so
That could be scandalous.
could be
for him.
scandalous for him.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
so just
especially
leave it
because he
to hang.
came with someone that was, a
Yes.
date, not just
Yeah.
a social, like, obligation to bring
Yeah.
someone, but an actual
I'll
date.
just leave an implication that it's somewhat important.
Mhm. He
So
will
that he
ask
could-
when you plan on dropping off this said paperwork.
Oh, and it's good for you. I suppose I could be on your schedule.
My
Let's separate. Come back together.
He will smirk and say, "My approval stamp is always waiting."
Then I'll have to make an appearance at some point. And then the dance ends.
Excellent.
I have to check my calendar. Yep. Just be like, well, yours is always open, but mine's kind of busy.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
fair.
No, which way?
You will part ways. Now, which other significant dances would you like to role play through versus recap?
Imagine maybe out of the wolf dance, because I imagine that would be entertaining.
Okay.
Just at this during the second half, just to get the info relayed.
But I would like to know, I would like to dance with Amanda Shaw before I dance with
Certainly.
with Zephyrin, because after all, we might get some information there.
She might know something. She might also be in the World Crime League.
And
Well, we'll find out.
Deirdre would like to first observe and then have a quiet conversation with the chaperone.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's exciting.
Probably while Aldolf is dancing with Amanda.
Okay. So
But
let's go ahead and
can
go
wait.
to that dance then. And we will intertwine the two conversations. So, how do you initiate conversation with Miss Shao?
Well, it will be as one does. It will be all proper. Introducing myself, and then may I have this dance because we are and leading her onto the dance floor, onto a good frame, taking her into my arms space, and then beginning the rotation around the dance floor. And see, so, Miss Shao, are you from Oslo? I myself am not from Oslo. You know, making it, what you say, making it feel like, no, this is not a, what you call it, an interrogation. It is a friendly conversation where we share informations with each other.
She'll politely respond with, yes, I am, my family is from Oslo. Though not originally, previous generations used to live in Hammerfest.
Ah, interesting. What does your family do?
Merchants of various sorts. My great grandfather started a general store that then expanded into other types of commodities and eventually rose to prominence, and it was expanded upon over the generations until my father moved to Oslo, met my mother, and now I am here.
That's a lovely sort of story. Please, if you don't mind, are you taking over the family business, or do you have other interests?
Oh, no, that would be my brother, and possibly one of my cousins might be involved. He currently is helping with some of the, I guess, shipping elements as we are trying to expand outside of the country. He has connections on mainland Europe.
Are you going to expand into the UK, or I myself am from Germany. I don't know if I could be helpful. I'm not particularly deep into business and that sort of thing. But, well, if you are looking for the continents, the German-speaking lands, I might be able to help a little bit.
I'm not 100% certain, but I do believe the first port in which we are seeking to place a foothold is Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And then from there, wherever is convenient, which could end up, I believe, in either Germany, either Prussia or Bayern.
I'm myself from near Hamburg, but I'm currently spending time in Amsterdam. So if there's any way I could be helpful, I would be pleased to do so.
That would be lovely. I will happily share your information with my cousin and my father.
That'd be wonderful. That's good. What are the names?
Let's see. They are both Shaos, and Marcus and Stefan.
Well, I'll be happy to be of any sort of assistance as I can, but since you're not taking over the business, what it is that you do?
Oh, I mostly help out my mother, and she does a lot of the household planning. She is quite studious and keeps everyone in line, shall we say. I don't know that my personality quite is as strong as hers, but I am doing my best to learn.
You know, I like to here in Amsterdam. I like to frequent salons where people speak about art and poetry and science and such things. Is there a good salon culture here in Oslo?
There are a few poetry salons that I've been to. But I don't get out too much. It was quite nice that Anders Nordholm had invited me to such a gala.
Ah, are your families quite? Do you have good history? I know that he has industry in the Hammerfest.
Uh, Not much of a history. It's more recent.
Ah.
At least not to my knowledge. As far as I know, it's recent.
Mm. Please, if I might ask, you don't get to go off to the poetry salons too often. That is a shame. I will ask my connections here. I know some people in the city government, and perhaps I can find out some excellent salons that you could go to, because being able to partake of the arts is something beautiful and wonderful. By the way, since I have been here a couple of days, I would hope that I could recite a Norwegian poem of the moment, something that is currently popular. Since I've been doing that. By the way, I'm getting a 16 for my social graces total.
Yeah, go for it. That's a full success.
And so
actually, that's going to be a critical success because she's not one that needs much to impress because she's a little naive when it comes to these kinds of events.
No wonder she's with Anders Nordholm. She's obviously not hard to impress.
Oh,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Just right there.
Yeah. So, like, basically, he's wanting to sort of, get the name of who's ever in charge up in Hammerfest there, get a sense of how much they've, how much contact there are between them, but also try to give her possibilities to live her life that do not involve Nordholm. Like, maybe she could go to salons and have a lovely time without being connected to this person, but without saying so. But like, here are some people that you could, and by the way, when I say people, I mean women, so it would not be inappropriate, but like people that she could go and interact with that would not be scandalous, that would allow her to have a non Anders Nordholm related social life. And also just like, just open up possibilities for her that might allow her to not be involved with this person since she seems nice. That's the goal here. And yeah, just sort of get a sense of like, what is their relationship? It doesn't seem like it's particularly deep. It seems like it's sort of new.
And it is very new. She's only been recently introduced to him, and this invite was, as she understands it, a favor to the family.
What does that mean?
Like,
she don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like
yes, yeah.
Like he had an invitation, and he is going to take their eligible daughter with him in order to get the Shaos more noticed within these circles. That kind of thing.
Do I have a sense of who is a better mover and shaker family in Oslo? Because we all know the Nordholms are not good movers and shakers.
They're just not well established. The people that are actually hosting the icebergs have much more cachet, shall we say, because of how much they host and how connected they are. They may not have as much power as some others, but they have a lot of connections because of how much hosting they do. I mean, if you get into politics, you've got a variety of folks there, but they're not always, it's not as familial as as like nobility is. The other family would be Bjorgen, who is the Minister of Art. His noble family has had rank and influence for generations.
I think that after having a lovely dance, I would introduce her. Probably, I would make an introduction between her and probably with the Isberg family, so that again, we want to get somebody eligible
Mhm.
of her age, who is eligible, that I can introduce her to that family
Mhm.
because that might be better for her life if she's connected to not the Nordholm family, and if just getting, and also if she can get introduce people who would be actually better for her family, that might also remove her family's connection, make her family less excited to hang out with or do things for Nordholm. So
Mhm.
just a little bit of undermining that connection by introducing to somebody who would be better all around
Speaking
at
of
the end of
undermining
that dance.
connections, Deirdre, how do you approach the chaperone?
So I
Mm-hmm.
assume it's uh, who, who is. I'm assuming it's not her mother who's the chaperone, right?
Oh no, it's basically it's one of the like ladies in waiting. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, her name is
So her lady's maid, or
it's actually her mother's lady's maid.
that makes more sense. Ah,
Uh,
uh, so she'd kind of play it off as the taking a break in between dances, getting some
mhm,
lemonade, right?
yeah,
Um,
her name is Esther.
and she'd have the fan, of course, because everyone has an appropriate fan, and I don't have mine in reach, which is upsetting me. But um, it's like very upsetting right now that I don't have my fan. But I've got, this will work. And she'd kind of like, oh, he's such a nice young man. Adolf, very nice young man. And you're a young lady. What's her name?
Amanda Shaw.
I saw her came on with that Nordholm fella.
Ah, yes. Um, he's a bit peculiar.
He seems a bit above himself.
That's probably more accurate. I've seen a number of them. They're young, brash, strong belief in themselves that is not necessarily grounded in anything.
Ah. All these young men running around thinking that they're better than everybody else, and they're not. They put the boots on the same way, and they hopefully don't, keel over and by seeing the same things.
Uh, there's one thing to be said for ambition. There's another when you let your life be run by it.
And if you don't have the skills to back up your ambition, right?
Ah, yes.
Doesn't seem to me he's got any skills.
I don't know the man well enough, but he does talk quite big, and I have yet to see any end results.
Well, I heard. You didn't hear it from me, right? No. But I may have heard. Now, don't go tell stories. That's not my place. It's not my business. However, I may have heard the gentleman was in business with perhaps some of the more criminal elements of the society.
Mm.
And that he may have, I couldn't swear to it, right? Just rumours that I may have heard, had been doing business with a Professor Moriarty.
Oh, well, that's quite concerning, if true. I wouldn't put it past him. The quickest way to run up the ladder is often the most seedy way.
And it always comes back to bite them.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
And it always comes back to bite them in the inappropriate manner that gets young ladies in trouble in the wrong sort of way.
It's a good thing he didn't present this as proper courting.
That's not what I heard. He's telling all these other young ladies that he's got himself in a fine young attachment.
Oh, well,
Did you see his dance card? He saved her a waltz.
Oh, well, yes, I did notice that. It was the
Two.
first thing he did was put her and him down for a waltz.
But he didn't present himself as courting?
Not to the family, anyway. It seems he wishes to present that here at the gala.
The young lady, I've not seen her before at any of these major events. Has she even been presented?
Yes, a few years ago. But she doesn't get out much. She's a bit shy. Her mother dotes after her too much, if it's in my opinion, which keeps her at home rather than out and about.
So what I'm saying here is we need to introduce the young lady to some more eligible young gentlemen, and perhaps get her into slightly better understanding of certain things. One wouldn't want to be taken advantage of.
Exactly. Less about the gentleman and just more about societal interaction.
This is true. And she'll kind of like lean over and go, is it just me, or is Mr. Nordholm's hair green? And
It is
she's
peculiar.
going to subtly, using, hiding any hand gestures necessary with the fan, use glamour to make his hair more green.
To amplify it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was noticing it peculiar.
Just make
but
sure
now
the
that you
light
say
highlights it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the heat shifted in the light, and that's what's highlighting it.
It's almost mallard.
You don't think
Mallard
he's
green.
using arsenic now, is he? That seems quite
No.
unhealthy.
I don't know why he would, but if he is peculiar, like I said. Maybe it's one of the experiments he goes on and on about when talking to the men of the house.
What do they know?
Less than they put on.
They couldn't run a household if they tried?
No, her mother does most of that. If it wasn't for her mother, their books would not have been kept balanced.
It's always a shame.
But that stays between you and I.
Of
I don't
course
want
not.
To,
I don't
want
go
to
telling
harm the
tales.
business.
No, a young lady like that needs some more enterprising young ladies as friends. Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. My name's Deirdre Grand to meet you. I'm hosting a small get-together Wednesday.
She'll pause and take a look at you for a moment. Like,
Oh yeah.
really take a look at you when you
Yeah.
introduce yourself. And let me see if, because she's been around as a lady's maid as long as she has she heard of the fairy godmother Deirdre? No, she has not.
Is this about her reputation, her understanding, or my reputation?
It's about her connections.
Okay,
And she is not familiar
that's fair.
herself. But that doesn't mean anything because she's less connected than those in which she is serving.
So would it be perhaps be possible then for Deirdre to play this Jack of Spades for her connections as she leaves a card?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So that perhaps I'm hosting a small get-together of ladies of appropriate age, mostly poetry, and introducing them to some wider thoughts. I want to build a school, you understand. There's so many young people in this city that seem quite unfortunate. I've heard there have been many positive things coming out of, what's the capital of Sweden?
Oslo?
No, Oslo
Oh, no,
is Norway.
Sweden. Stockholm.
Stockholm with their mandatory schooling. It's done many things. I'm thinking that perhaps we should be building something here in Oslo the same. And I'm talking to some various women of appropriate age to consider perhaps inviting. I think you should, if you could be so kind, bring the young lady, but also bring her mother. Women of such understanding of bookkeeping like that are always wise to know in the city, because they know the most important means of keeping track of ways to help young folk, right?
Indeed.
Well, oh God, Lord, you look at me. Never go out to a party and let your young attachments fill up your dance card. I went away for 1 minute for a drink, and then I turned around and the two of them were running around filling up the dance card with every young person that they met. I'll talk to you later, my dear. And she's
Be well,
gonna
my lady.
swan off to the next dance.
All right. And we will circle or head back to Adolwolf, who is making an introduction at the end of his dance.
Indeed. This is just part of this formal social things. And
Mhm.
after I've done that, when we get to he would just continue his dancing. I imagine that the break moment would be sort of important. He wants to keep his eyes on Nordholm during all of the dances to see who Nordholm dances with, who he speaks with. And when we get to the break, he would also keep his eyes subtly on Nordholm as well, just to see, because he's also not certain. How do I put this? He's not certain that some people might not do shenanigans in the break, so he just wants to keep his eyes on Nordholm, and also the person who might be doing the most shenanigans with regard to Nordholm, which would be Zephyrin. So he's, he's. I'm just saying that he wants to see, like does Nordholm speak with anybody who is his connections? Does he leave the hall? Just wanting to see what is the politics. I'm doing some observation in the break between the dance halves.
Fair. You will, as you end the dance with Miss Amanda, and introduce her to the host, the icebergs. She will, as you part, ask for your card so she can pass it on to her father
Of course.
and cousin.
And I would hand the calling card to her with a bow. Again, a bit of that sort of rigid, a bit of a stiffness that says, not a stiff upper lip, but like a stiff entire spine,
Fair.
as one does. This is a... And again, it's all very proper. One thing I can say about Adolf, he's not a masher. So, all very proper. It's a card and there's a proper introduction to the host. And, putting in the space where once we get to the break and the dancing, I've got my eyes on the people to see what are the dynamics, right? Try to figure out what Nordholm is, what his...
There will be a point in your observation where Nordholm's hair gets a bit of a more mallard green color to it briefly. With that same kind of sheen that
But wait, I don't think it would. Not for him.
Why not?
Well, I see that I can see through it. I can see through the...
Oh, right. Because you can see through the glamour.
But I would see that...
So his hair is glamour.
But I would see that is a glamour.
Yeah.
But I would see that as a glamour upon him.
I would just think something's interacting with the dye that he tried to use to cover it up, and it's not working well, and I'm like...
Yes.
But I eat cookies.
Well, you eat cookies. Love it. Because everyone
cookies
needs
of
a
doom.
good cookie.
Cookies, if not for eating.
So, next I'd like for us to do our little recap dances where you are touching base with each other.
Also, before we do, I would like to know, in the break, what does Nordholm do? Before we have our recap, who does he speak with? What does he do? Who is he socializing with? And it seems like that's an important thing.
He will come and fetch Lady Miss Xiao, and doing so, he will, socialize with the icebergs a bit, and then he will move along, and he does talk with Gunnar Veen for a bit during the break. Actually, the bulk of the break he spends speaking with Gunnar.
Interesting.
I will just pass by my two compatriots, and I will say, but I don't really stay too long, just pass by and I say, ladies, Nordham is speaking sometime with Gunnar Wien. Perhaps one of you two might want to get the first dance in the second half with Mr. Wien and find out what that might have been about. As I say, as I continue on to, like, the hors d'oeuvres.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that is what is that conversation about? I don't know if I can try to what's the word?
Drop eaves.
Eavesdrop. Yes, this is the word. So dropping the eaves to get a bit of a sense of that conversation as I'm picking up the food. But I'm also hoping that one of my compatriots might take to dance with Savine. But I could do a perception.
Yeah,
perhaps.
absolutely.
All right, perception is diamonds. Let's see. I will do this one here. So that would be a 12 plus 4, 16.
16. That will be a basic success. You'll pick up on bits of the conversation. They are being a bit like, I don't know, hush hush, so to speak. They are trying to keep it private. And
Can I, from the other side of the ballroom, whip out my pocket watch as if to tell the time, but then secretly telescope it out and try to read their lips a little bit to see if I can see what they're saying?
yeah, go ahead and give me a perception.
Excellent. Perception is a what color?
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Perception. Diamonds. Ugh.
Perception
I
is
do
a
not
girl's
have
best
a-
friend.
Don't have diamonds, but I do have hearts. So that'll be a half, and I have it at a good skill, so that means I can use 2 cards. Yes.
Mhm.
We'll start with this one, a flip, and my I'll flip. I'll use both my red cards. Why not?
Okay.
Right.
Can we help? Let's see how
So that'll
would we
be
help
4
here?
plus 2 is 6. So I'm at 12 right now.
Can I?
You are, please.
I was going to do something else, but actually this makes more sense, because I think it's the timed right. Like just as the break are ending, you're ending. She's finished her conversation with the lady's maid, and is kind of passing. You mentioned Adolf mentions the conversation going on, and Zephrine is going to be subtle, like a Bavarian apparently. It's hanging out with Adolf.
Also, he's not Bavarian. He's actually from Hamburg, which means he's a northerner. But he's not Prussian because Hamburg was its own.
But you have to remember that in Castle Falkenstein, you're either Bayern, Bavarian, or Prussian.
But Hamburg is not in Bayern, in the country of Bayern. It actually counts as part of. I think it counts as part of Prussia, or it might still be an independent city, but it's not Bayern, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
unfortunately.
Because Bayerns are far more relaxed. They like the beer tents and so forth. The northern Germans are a
but
bit
we're not
more
going to call you a Prussian
intense.
because that would be bad. They'd be calling me an English woman. But anyways, she's gonna turn and if this works.
Can we call him a hamburger?
Yes.
You could call him a hamburger,
Please.
or also
Sorry.
the Hamburglar
Berliner.
as a
Ich bin ein Berliner. Go ahead. Yes.
no. So noticing that Zephrine is trying to get a better idea of what they're saying on the other side of the ballroom.
Yeah.
Can I play
Kind of like in a potted plant, because that is where you would extend a spyglass to be really subtle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
using perception, right? This is what we're doing. Because I had already established that I had set up help from the brownies. Can I get the brownies to help her, and I'll play this ace of diamonds.
Ooh.
Yeah. Go ahead and grab either of the cards that you want that are on the table.
To replace it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just take the 5 out so it works.
Okay. So that'll be an 18 plus good, so that's a 24.
Nice.
And my perception doesn't matter, correct?
Correct.
That's what I thought. So
Yeah, you're just swapping out a card to benefit her role by giving help, and in this case, help through the connection with the brownies. The brownies will use a little of their own magics to make the gentleman's lips easier to read, shall we say.
I mean, it makes sense. The brownies need to know what's being said so that they can know how to help people in their own homes. The brownies are great spies.
And that 24 will become a critical success.
Ooh.
As 12 was the target number.
Ooh.
So, for Adolf, you will hear bits and pieces about, a lot of it has to do with, like, the duties that have to be paid for shipping. And you'll pick up on, like, comments about scheduled maintenance on the tracks and how it would be much beneficial if they didn't shut down certain lines until certain dates. Primarily trying to keep them from interfering with the current shipment that you know is going out on Monday and the following Monday. And what you will add to that, or what Zephyrine will be able to add to that with the lip reading, is there is some sort of bribe being paid.
Ooh.
It is implied, but it is definitely euphemisms for some sort of payment.
Is it like when? Is there any indication of when or where this payment is going to be?
No,
exchanged?
it's very general. Like, it'll be, the pickup will be in the same spot on our scheduled allotment. We'll be happy to double the amount, things of that nature.
Now, I guess the next question is, who's bribing who? Because technically it could go either way.
In this case, it's Nordholm bribing.
That was the more likely, but it would have been
Yes.
shocking if it was the other way around.
Yes. It would have been somewhat shocking for sure, but in this case, it was not that particular.
Okay. Let's scribble some notes before I forget anything.
I'm noting this, but you know, as I pass by, I don't get as the full amount because I'm just like,
I'm going to
I was
pass
trying
off
to get a
those
sense
notes to Adolf during our dance, so that
Our
he and Lady Deirdre can review them after their
Gotcha.
dance.
Quick note, Prax.
I just want to.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
I was
Please
going
go
to say,
ahead.
did we hit the 10 for our other one, or just for the go live?
Let me double check because there were some quote retweets, so I need to count. Are we counting the
Yes.
previous? Then yes, we did.
Okay.
Oh.
I am going to stop here with our gala, and we will pick up with the rest of the gala
Spicy.
next week. And instead, I am going to read for you a secret letter
Ooh.
provided to Mr. Bront.
Ooh.
It was made mention earlier that he had a particular device in hand, and this is where it came from. Earlier, Adolf Bront received a letter that says, Sir Adolwulf Bront, I hope this letter finds you healthy and in good spirits. My name is Vladimir Korsakov, member of the Order of St. Boniface. My hope was to catch you in Amsterdam before you departed for Oslo. However, matters concerning the Vatican and its relationship with the Cathedral of St. Nicholas in Amsterdam delayed my outreach. Your current mission tasks you with crossing the path of Balthazar Peters' work. Mr. Peters is a disciple of my nemesis, Dr. Yu, a member of the World Crime League and a sorcerer hell-bent on securing immortality at any cost. I have lost the trail of Dr. Yu, and while the infernal machine of Anders Nordholm may have nothing to do with immortality, my hope is that Peter's travel path may have left clues to where I might pick up Yu's trail once more. Proceed with caution, as Dr. Yu is not simply a criminal and sorcerer, but the man is also a disgraced member of the ancient Order of Chthonian Time, an extremely secretive lodge that also seeks more immortality. Yu was expelled for conducting inhumane experiments on unwilling subjects, along with multiple counts of theft, kidnapping, and murder. If Peters is anything like his master, then you should find evidence of foul play in Oslo attributed to the occult rituals or even fringe pagan practitioners. Packaged with this letter is a talisman that will aid you in detecting remnants of corrupted life force, the likes of which the foul practices of Dr. Yu or his disciple, Mr. Peters, may have left traces. Enclosed, a steel pressure gauge inscribed with runes. Your brother in sorcery, Vladimir Korsakov.
Yes, but it's trouble. This is one of the reasons why I was like, oh, dear Edith, do not look into this. It's fine. Don't worry. If you happen to know the you, that's one thing. But if you don't know the you don't need to know the you. You don't need to know you. Yes, you know what I mean.
I think you does know what you mean, but again, I'm not sure that you know what you knows what you mean.
And who's on first starts all over again.
No, who's on second? I don't.
Right.
I just.
No, who's on first? No. What's on second?
No. What is the name of the person on? You don't know the name. This is terrible. Yes, it's. There's going to have to be what you call it. Just one thing. The Gunnar Wien. We had this meal with him.
Yes.
And, made that sort of check to see, hey, is there anybody who might be a bit, what's the word?
Sketchy.
Sus, I think is the word. Sketchy. And there was we did not pick up on it. But now I'm feeling like definitely sketchy,
I believe my mention was he's sketchy as any politician might be.
Yeah.
But this seems a bit more than the
just
average.
Normal.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to take this when I have the dances, just passing the dances.
Transcript of the conversation I would hand you.
Yes. And we will pick up next week with the download of this information and our first steps towards Hammerfest.
I do want to do one thing, just because it's in my hand and I want to do this
Mm-hmm.
tonight.
Of course.
Because apparently she's decided that she's going to throw this small get-together on Wednesday, because by then we'll be back.
By the way, Adolwulf wants to introduce you to this Amanda, so that you might be her fairy godmother. But it turns out you're already on it. He doesn't realize it, but he's.
She has
because
a
he's not very
skill set.
smart.
It's almost like she's been doing this for a few millennia. But I'm gonna play this Joker as a
nice
for this encourage invitations, right? Like invitations going out at this part, basically using this party as an invitation sent for Social Graces to get Amanda, her mother, both of the ladies who danced with Adolwulf.
So Edith and Matilda.
And Matilda, people of that, young ladies of that demographic.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
For a small salon to talk about the school. And perhaps other things, but mostly to talk about the school.
Gotcha. So
And
it's a salon about increasing education within Oslo.
yes, for the disenfranchised and young.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's. I figured I'd play that now, and then we'd have it done.
Oh, no, absolutely. And you can count that as a critical success, especially because you've warmed up to a number of them already, decreasing your target number. Unlike some games, a Joker or the highest number is not an automatic success per se, but when it does succeed, it can have additional value. And in this case, it is people are quite encouraged by the invitation and will spread the word amongst their circles to others that meet the demographic that you are seeking. Any other last minute plays people would like to have before they before their hands disappear for the episode?
I think for me it is just seeing the connection between the two. I'm going to also do my so like you know when you're like following the trail, the breadcrumbs. You know, I was watching the Nordholm bits. I'm going to sort of also now watch the Gunnar Wien as well. You know, just you know, in this, because this is a socializing moment, and I want to keep my eyes on them to see, you know, who they interact with, get a sense of the political alliances and so forth. So I'm going to sort of keep my eye also on Gunnar Wien now.
Okay.
Which
I guess Zephyrin next session is going to just to taunt Anders a little bit more because she can't help herself, and it makes for good drama. Oh my gosh, that letter is it actually maybe isn't flushed down the toilet, but I'm not going to tell anybody that. But I would like to have just the signature of Moriarty like peeking out of a piece of paper at the bottom of, you know, like when I walk by him, he'll just see that signature and maybe wonder. Just folded over strategically, maybe like poking out of my you know, satchel or something at some point. And you know, of course, give the group the transcript that I got about the bribes and stuff. And dance aloofly with all the other men that have signed on to be on the dance card. There's still a second spot though if Anders Nordholm wants to be in the second half. It's just near the end. If after he sees the letter, he might want to talk more. But it's not for a line dance. It's definitely like one of the
partner dances.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Did you want to play a card with your breadcrumb that you're trying to leave?
Ooh. What would we say?
And I had a 17.
Yes.
On my
yeah, I imagine this is kind of a social graces because I'm like just strategically, you know, moving about. So I'll put this down.
Okay.
Nice.
And your base is what again?
It's good. So I can actually put 2.
So okay. Oh yeah.
There, bam.
18 plus good, 24. You will definitely get his attention. We can call that a critical success. Nice. Yours, for I forgot to mention this, for Anders, because your perception is going to be split, the target number is going to go up a bit. It's still a full success,
but it's not a crit.
But it's not a crit this time.
I'll give you 3 more.
3 more?
I'll give you 3 more.
Oh.
That puts you at a 20. Still not quite a critical success. So,
but at least I get there.
Yes, you definitely get a full success, and you will be able to keep track of them. Just no extra bonus at this point.
Wonderful.
But on that note, we will wrap up this episode of Subtle Like a German. And I would like to have you all remind us who you are, where we can find you, and any love you have for this particular episode. And we will start with Trooper
Hallo. I'm the Adolf Brandt, the action alchemist, played by Trooper SJP, and I will start with love. I want to give love to Prax for big strategic plans, big strategic moving and shaking, but really her interaction with the lady's maid,
Mm-hmm.
so well done. So well done. I want to give love to Lindy for just for being a tease, and by that I mean teasing Moriarty. You know what I mean? You know, just a little bit of, just a little bit of signature right there. And
Oops.
I want to, oops, oh, was that me? And I also want to give love to our host for a lovely array of NPCs. And today is Sunday, so you can find me next on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Lords of Gossamer and Shadow, which is based on Amber Diceless. It's a new system that is a successor to Amber Diceless. And then on Friday on my channel, Trooper SJP, at 7 p.m. Eastern for the premiere of Seasons of Death Winter with Werewolf Fields, one player, one GM, Night's Black Agent Solo. Imagine Dracula meets the Jason Bourne and the Bourne movies. Bourne, the Firstborn, the Bourne Project, the Bourne Conspiracy, the Bourne something or other, the Bourne Borneo. And that's where you can find me. And thank you very much. It was so lovely.
Thank you,
The
Trooper.
Bourne Ultimatum? No, I don't know what it was called.
Born to give Dracula a hard time, as far as I can tell.
Nice. Nice.
And Lindy, remind us who you are, where we can find you, and any love you have to share for the evening.
Oh, hello. I would also do love first because if I don't want to forget anything cool. I loved Adolf just completely not picking up the I'll leave you my calling card, and he's like, no, that's not necessary. And Deirdre just face palming in the background. I liked that. That was hilarious, and I loved that. Both of y'all in that, but particularly Adolf. And of course, I also loved the lady's maid move and just the subtle sliding in, and being like, I mean, don't you think he's kind of lame? You know, like this Anders guy. Look how green his hair is. You know, that was great. Just making it extra green. Yeah, awkward for him. And I loved Chris, how you had Anders be like, "Yeah, I'm so cool," but he's actually not that cool though. And I liked stepping on his foot. I can't wait to tease him with Moriarty's signature in a letter delivered to little old me that I'm not gonna tell him what it's about. And that'll be fun. just a terrible tease before I murder him. He needs to suffer like I have suffered from rejections of applications. That's all. You can find me online. I laugh, love Lindy. You can find me next on my channel on Wednesday for Call of Cthulhu Tracks of Terror. We've got at most 5 episodes left. They're in the mines where the children have been yearning for, and it turns out that maybe they're aging quite rapidly, like 22 days an hour, so many years a day in zone 1, then there's zone 2 and 3, and it goes on. Maybe people age quicker the further in you go, and maybe there's not children in children's bodies anymore, but maybe they've grown to adults. It's terrible. And they're mining uranium. And there's a thing, sleeping, trapped. They don't know yet. They're gonna find out, and it's all horrible. Tom said we're in the escalation phase, and that's true. Everything's just gonna get worse until they either die or figure it out. So tune in for that. That'll be fun.
And I don't know that you really, if you play Call of Cthulhu, want to figure it out.
That
Well,
is
they
a
stop
double-edged
it if
sword.
they don't. You know.
Yeah. Well, before we
If
let
they
our
don't,
host
I know my next campaign.
take us to, or before we let our channel host take us to the end, quick reminder: I'm Chris Geary. You can find me at Chris Geary on Blue Sky. You can find me here on Sundays for a couple more episodes, and then that's about it. My love goes to all my players. You guys really have great chemistry, and I absolutely adore each and every one of you. The naivete of Adolwolf when someone asked him for his card, and yet with the other Amanda Shao so willingly giving it, like totally oblivious that it could mean anything else, even though he knows it doesn't, but it could look as though it means something to other people watching, was an excellent juxtaposition. The scheming, constant scheming of Zephyrine is always pleasant, and the fairy godmother, um, who can forget the way that she kind of pulls strings behind the scenes. Um, the move to the chaperone was chef's kiss. Now, Prax, take us away.
Indeed, I will. Thank you again for being here, everybody. Thank you for all of those reposts and shares and all of those good things. Getting all of these secrets out onto the table is one of the things I love the most, because I am here for the drama, and there is a lot of drama left to find out in the backstage. Like, there's so much drama, y'all. I have been your friendly Lady Deirdre, your murder fairy godmother, here to encourage young ladies and education, and find Adelwulf a better outlet for his romantic attachments than Zephyrine mother.
Have you met Zephyrine mother? She's amazing. She's
Yes,
like,
I've known the woman since she was a child.
Susan, you know how amazing she is.
Very true, but she's not for you in so many ways. You love the idea of her, not her actual self.
It's romantic in the 19th century way, you know.
Yeah, but you don't have to end up dead.
But I mean, it's quite romantic to be dead.
No, it's not.
You know,
it's depressing.
walks through the Alps. You know,
Very romantic.
You know,
Very 19th century romance. Yeah.
Hashtag been
Fog.
there, done that. Not gonna. But we're gonna leave that there. But yes, also loved all to everybody. First of all, love to Adelwulf, trying so hard to focus on protecting the Lady Edith. Then Edith is just like, nah, man, he's cool. It's like, all right, I got you, honey. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you on this one.
But I mean, Dr. Yu is a terrible necromancer who kills people, so like, I certainly don't want Edith to look into him. That would be terrible. You know, because like he's like a ripper. You know, like a
No, there's another Englishman. That's the
ripper.
worst thing. And if you believe certain rumors, he might even be a member of the British royal family. Although we don't know that yet because we're not there yet, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, timeline. Time. Amorphous kind of thing. Also here for Zephyrine's subtle, I'm going to dig in just a little bit more. Like, I'm going to, you were playing, it's like you decided to have this be a line dance and not a partner dance, and so I'm going to like stretch this information out as long as possible. Oh, of course you moved wrong, so I stepped on your foot. That's a you problem, not a me problem. Like, all of these little subtle digs at Nordholm were absolutely perfect, and I loved it.
You know what they say, if you're an aspiring supervillain, hashtag always be scheming.
You're gonna add that too. I actually have an idea now, and I need to talk to Chris about it because I have an idea. Y'all, I have thoughts.
I am here for it.
I have thoughts. They're in my brain. They're in my brain. We're gonna have thoughts. But also, all of the NPCs tonight were absolutely wonderful. I did love the little moment of Brix stealing the offering for the brownies.
The brownies, yes.
I was like, what are you doing? Leave the brownies there.
It was like an hour, or not an hour, like 30 minutes after the party began. He's at least one bottle in.
Fair.
He's got the munchies.
Also probably true. But now, like, I'm not going to protect him from the brownies who choose to do whatever they want to him. Like, that's his problem.
Fair. That's fair.
Like, I'm not going to protect him from that. Like, you screwed that contract up. But I also loved, you're like, oh and there are these fine people, and I'm like, good. Now we're going to arrange multiple things at once. Getting Adolwolf a date, finding some way to get Zephyrine away from Professor Moriarty. Oh, there's these nice young women. We've got this on. I was like, I can multitask. It's great. Because otherwise, this would be otherwise, this is like Lady Deirdre's worst kind of nightmare. She hates this shit so much. But that's for next week. We are going to be back with some more Castle Falkenstein, Truly Madly Falkenstein. And as you can find me next here Monday night and the rest of the week, probably, as we do some late night Thurston art for Dragon Age Inquisition, where we have gotten to Skyhold, and now we are working on romancing an ex-Templar, because reasons. And we'll find out where we go from there. But we'll be back. But if you missed anything, you want to help out, you want to check in on anything, hey, there's a YouTube there. All of these VODs go into a nice little, neat little playlist to make your life easier to find. There's also merch. And there are a couple things that were mentioned tonight that are going to end up on merch when I get around to designing them, because that's a thing that I do. If you also want to help out the channel, there's a Ko-Fi. All of that goes into running the channel, getting all of this kind of stuff done, helping as much as we can. And I appreciate each and every one of you who donates, helps out, and do all of those things. But I think that's everything. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think I forgot anything tonight. No, I didn't. Okay. But let us share some love, because who's still up? Oh. No. Let's go raid into Jim, into Other Doc. Oh no, he just finished. Of course he did. Curses. That was gonna be hilarious if we could. But I guess there's no one else up left tonight, and we're just gonna say thank you all for being here. Look forward to more scandalous drama next week. And is it Sunday yet? Bye, everybody.